camera angle.
Let me get some double action in.
I'm filming Ryan,
And I'm filming Derek. And we're filming Tommy Jeffrey. Hey, this workout brought to you by Rob Moran.
Ooh, there it is. There it is.
Salvation Cycle, which you can cycle today. Get some legs, getting warmed up. Y'all ready? What's up, everybody? This is Ryan. I'm gonna try something a little different today. I kind of got this idea, a little motivation from one of my favorite natural pros, Alberto Nunez. Alberto did something called I forgot what it was called. It was like why I just chose to stay natural, or natural bodybuilding journey, and it was him talking about natural bodybuilding. And I don't know. I just realized as I was making this video, I never really talk about natural bodybuilding much, you know, and it seems more and more to come up the more I progress. You know, he's not natural accusations or natural bodybuilding is shit, or you know, it's not a real sport kind of deal. I don't know. I just really wanted to kind of use this opportunity. I had some B-roll footage with the team. Tommy Jeffers, IFPA pro. He had me, Sam, pro. We're all pros. Derek, Charlotte Boy, Rob Moran. We all either work for Salvation or we're an athlete for Salvation. And I don't know, man. It was just kind of a cool thing being at Beyond Limits. It's an awesome gym ran by WNBF pro Rich Lauro down there, and there were just a ton of natural bodybuilders there. And I hung out with August and Mulatto and all the popular YouTube guys, Manny Fazaro, Van, and I mean, it was just awesome to see all these natural bodybuilders at the Arnold. You know, I saw Moji Alua, like he went on stage and he like gave a presentation, like natural bodybuilder, man. You know what I mean? So I kind of want to talk about not so much why I chose to say natural, because it was a no-brainer, and the reason it was a no-brainer is because that I'm of the third generation. You know, it was kind of like the Dr. Joes and then the Lanes, Albertos, and then they gave me and us, I mean, my guys my age, they kind of laid the groundwork already. You know, I mean, so much of the groundwork was laid. So when I got into the sport, what it was it was a community. And I think this is what the outsiders don't understand about natural bodybuilding, is that we're a community-based sport. You know, right now, what we're doing, I'd like to call it the golden era. You know, so the same way IFBB and NABA, you see all these old pictures of Arnold and stuff. I mean, this is what we're doing right now with natural bodybuilding. There's just a few thousand of us out there, and it's just us. You know, it's not about the money. It's not about the huge sponsorships, and it's not about just the politics. It's really just about us, and I think that's what the outsiders see. And so it's never about being natural on our natural high horses. You know, I'm not an anti-drug guy. I love some of the top pros out there. You know, Phil Heath, Kai Green, I saw him. I was at the Olympia. I mean, I love it. It's awesome stuff. But what I really wanted to kind of say was, for me being natural, the choice was easy. And the choice was easy because of really two things: community and things I've learned from the sport, and the man that it really made me, you know. As I said earlier, like guys like Alberto and Lane, those are really two guys why I got into the sport, because I liked what they were doing. You know, I saw how they were still getting on with their lives, carrying on with their lives, and were great natural bodybuilders kind of on the side. And I wanted to emulate that. You know, I wanted to be like them. And I didn't really know how to go about it. And what I learned was so many things that I've said in my videos before, you know. And what I learned was when I go to the gym, and the reason kind of wanted to put this B-roll gym footage is because that I really think is important to see that, like, lifting is fun and it's funny, you know, and we just had a blast having a good time when you're working. But what I saw that these dudes were doing is that not only were they having fun, enjoying themselves and lifting, but I love the idea of what lifting did. You know, it taught really, really simple lessons in natural bodybuilding. So besides staying clean to follow the rules, it was staying clean just to keep it simple. You know, I feel it's so much less complicated without drugs. And the reason I say that is because it's just hard to get this right. From what I've done with just diet and training, that's all I have, and it's taken me years to get that right. And I've struggled with it through the years. So just to get that right, That's hard. I couldn't imagine, and I mean, hats off to anyone who is a drug user. I don't call it the dark side. I don't call it a bad thing. I don't think so. Like Alberto said in his own video, it's simply a different route, and that's just not the route I took because like I said, I had community. It was family. I have like my sponsor. I mean, look at us. We're having a great time, and also, I really think it was just a matter of, like I said, the little lessons I would learn. So you take something like, oh man, let's think of something really simple, like training till failure. You think about that. If all you have to do today is train till failure, I mean, that literally teaches a young boy who really doesn't have any structure that, you're gonna go in here and for 12 sets, you're gonna go till you can't go anymore and define a new limit for yourself. You're gonna do it for you. This is not the institution. This is not school telling you, hey, this is an A. I mean, straight A's are defined by someone else who tells you that you're satisfactory or superior or whatever an A means. This was the first time that I found something that let me set the bar, to what I want to do. I could go in there, I could squat, and I could say, you know what, like, literally, I'm setting my own bar, with the weight, metaphorically and literally. So it taught me how to see new heights, how to really see the ceiling on things. I love the idea of weak point training as well. I mean, if you're doing these things, take them and put them into your life, man. I mean, I really feel like if you have weak point training, like my weak point is my chest. So I would literally admit to myself that I have weaknesses. Not too many people in life succeed only because of the way they inhibit themselves. They inhibit themselves because they don't understand that they have weak points. So something as simple as training my upper chest taught me that, dude, the things you're bad at in life, learn how to get good at them in life. So don't go around. It taught me to really just stop blaming others. Like I always say, stop blaming other people or stop focusing on something that's too strong. Because as Brian Whitaker says, theoretically, a strong point can be your weak point. Too much of something can be a bad thing. As we know about most things are in life. So I mean, I never really, like I said, got caught up in things that a lot of drug users do. I never got caught up in the size game. I never wanted to expedite the process because I was learning these things, and I knew that all I had was these two simple tools. I had my community, my family, and Natural Bodybuilders, and I had the lessons that I can learn, and I could take those over to my life. And like I always say, exiting homeostasis, it just taught me how to really reach a new limit. Try something new. Try something different. I mean, you never know how good you'll be until you really give it a shot, So, I mean, and after a while, I started to learn all these things, and I got addicted to it. I couldn't figure what the addiction was. And at the end of the day, I realized that on a much more broad kind of gestalt level, that humans are programmed to succeed. I mean, it's in our DNA to go out there and hunt, fight, spit. I mean, and just go out there and be animals. And the gym was the one place that I could be an animal. And it really woke up some true potential in me. I didn't have drugs. And it was never a thought. I never had drugs to really tell me like, oh man, we're gonna hurry up, we're gonna get big. I mean, it was all a matter of blood, sweat, grit. You know what I mean? I learned through bodybuilding that if I'm gonna prep for a show for 6 months or have a show 2 years out, and that's all I think about every day for 2 years is this show, it really taught me that, you know what? If I really want to go through the process and do everything the right way, it taught me to be fair. It taught me to give my best, put my best foot forward, and not be afraid. And I've taken those same lessons and I've done them in my life. Even with my program now, I'm a grad student. Only reason I am working on 2 master's degrees is because of the lessons that I learned through natural bodybuilding. I learned to not cheat per se. I mean, do we have cheaters? Of course we have cheaters. Everyone gives a shit about all you natural guys probably Jews. It's not. Look, you guys are focused on the wrong thing. We don't focus on the cheaters. We focus on our community. We focus on what we have between one another, and we focus on really, like you said, we're in our golden era. When you guys look at outsiders see pictures of Arnold Schwarzenegger, Robbie Robinson, and all those guys, and how they just look like they were having fun. Believe it or not, that's exactly what we're doing. You guys may not see it, but that's exactly what we're doing. So I'd really say above all, the takeaway that I learned from natural bodybuilding is a model of longevity. You know, it taught me that this is something that you can do and it's yours. You know, you don't have to rely on any outside force, you know, any outside influence. I mean, such as drugs, you know. So like I said, I'm not saying this because I'm on my natural high horse. I'm saying this simply because this has become the person I am, you know. And so every time I would go lift, I would go get down there, you know what I mean, grab that bar, get in the deadlift, and like that moment of clear mind, the calm before the storm, it reminded me who I was. You know, I'm a weight ripping motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And I would get that weight, and what it told me was that, man, these day-to-day miners, like, this is your motivation. Like, this is why you lift, because you love this feeling of setting new limits, gripping the bar, being free. And I took that same thing, man. I took that same thing and I did it with my life. I never worried about any external factors at all. So I wouldn't look at other people and be like, damn, I need to get on what he's on, you know, as far as drugs. It was just, I need to get myself geared up. I need to get myself to go, you know. These small day-to-day reminders, man, they took me years to figure out what it was. I just knew I felt good, you know, like most people who work out. We don't really know what it is. We just know that we like it. So the best part about this, like I said, man, it's really a model for longevity, and it's really sustainable. I can do this forever. I mean, I took a 5-week break a few months ago. And I didn't lose a pound. I didn't really gain weight. It's just me. It's mine. You know, the best part about this is that I'll be able to go in, grab some weight, lift it up, and it'll always remind me about who I am. It'll always remind me of the lessons I learned through failure. It'll always remind me about weak point training. You know, it'll always remind me that leaving homeostasis is okay. You don't always have to feel good. You know what I mean? So when I'm doing anything else in life, it doesn't matter what it is. I think back to what natural bodybuilding has taught me. I love this sport, and I will never in a fucking million years turn my back on this sport. Never in a million years. As sick and tired as I can get of this sport, I'll never leave it. And I'll never leave it only because it's my form of medicine. It's my life's reminder of who I am, what I do. So it's not a motivation. It's not really so much when people tell me I'm motivating. I kind of cringe at the word motivation because I don't really want to be motivating. I want to be a reminder to who you are and what you're doing, to your own self. You know what I mean? So natural bodybuilding taught me that it's about you and who you are and morality. You know what I mean? This weight building not only builds characters. Not only builds muscle, but it also builds character. You know. So I've taken this, man, and I am who I am now. And I must say that I am extremely proud of all us natural bodybuilders, my community, and I love you guys to death. I'm sorry it took me this long to do one video about natural bodybuilding, but thank you guys. Seriously, thank you.